The situation at the MAYON Volcano in the Philippines, which has produced more distinct eruptions than any volcano in the country since 19, has rapidly escalated. A sudden summit inflationary trend due to the movement of magma was detected on May 4th of 2023, and beginning on June 4th, the number of rock falls at the volcano, which were triggered by the intrusion of new material that caused the pre-existing cold lavatum to become too steep and partially collapse, dramatically increased. This caused MAYON's alert level to be raised from 1 to 2 on the 0 to 5 alert level scale at 10 o'clock a.m. local time on June 5th. Yet only 2 days later, for larger scale rock falls occurred, causing fresh volcanic gas to be released from the volcano, generating pyroclastic fluids, which traveled up to a distance of 2 kilometers. This seemingly marks the exact time MAYON officially began a new volcanic eruption, as soon after, on noon of June 8th, its alert level was raised from 2 to 3 for the first time since December 18th of 2014. Numerous reports followed as fresh lava and a distinct orange glow became visible on MAYON's summit. This material then occasionally tumbled down, creating lava avalanches. Another pyroclastic flow was subsequently generated, which IG locate using photo evidence to suggest that traveled to 0.8 kilometers or 1.74 miles. As a result, as of the writing of this video, a 6-kilometer exclusion zone is in all directions around MAYON summit, and there are possible indications that this could be further expanded 7 kilometers or even an 8-kilometer radius in the near future. If these exclusion zones were to be expanded, although unusually long lava flows, rock falls, or volcanic gas could play a factor, the primary driver of an increased radius would be the threat of long-reaching pyroclastic flows, although MAYON's mostly effusive, albeit slightly explosive, ongoing eruption, as there are some minor ash emissions, might seem to be fairly close in activity to its 2014 eruption, rather than its more explosive 2018 eruption. This nature could change rather abruptly. Remember, although sulfur dioxide emissions had been elevated in comparison, the priorities, we did not think that the gas emissions were high enough to indicate the movement of shallow magma, and yet lava erupted anyways. There is a chance that if a thick enough cap builds on MAYON summit via a slowly expanding lava dome, that it could plug the magma conduit supplying molten rock to the surface. This could cause gas to build in pressure, eventually reach a critical point, and explode upwards and outwards in a volcanic eruption. As some of this material would be too dense to travel upwards, it would fall back to the ground as a pyroclastic flow, traveling primarily, but not always, down regions defined by ravines, riverbeds, and other low points. These can travel fairly long distances and are their primary killer. And MAYON's historical eruptions, with one 1968 pyroclastic traveling 7.5 kilometers or 4.66 miles away from Leon summit. Although current evidence suggests that the ongoing eruption for now will be more similar to 2014 than 2018, we simply do not know for sure what will happen next. Based on the amount of ash that has been emitted, I would still probably place MAYON's eruption so far on the 0 to 9 volcanic exclusivity index, with it possibly already being a 1. MAYON Volcano is placed on alert level 3 with the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology warning that there is now an increased tendency towards a hazardous eruption. In a bulletin, FEFOX explains that MAYON is exhibiting magnetic eruption of a summit lava dome, with increased chances of lava flows and hazardous pyroclastic density current affecting the upper to middle slopes of the volcano, and of potential explosive activity within weeks or even days. FEFOX also notes that increase in the number and volume of rockfall events at the volcano since the alert level status at the volcano was raised from alert level 1 to alert level 2 on Monday, June 5th. FEFOX recommends evacuation of the 6-kilometer radius permanent danger zone due to dangers of lava flows, rock falls, and other volcanic hazards. FEFOX adds that civil aviation authorities must also advise pilots to avoid flying close to the volcano summit, as ash from any sudden eruption can be hazardous to aircraft.